I'm
Okay, so
totally
we should
fine
be
with
good.
that. I think it's fine.
Mhm.
But why do you take phase rush? I just want to know what you think because I think it's
Oh,
totally fine.
yeah, for sure.
How did
Um,
you arrive there?
so in season 7, when I first started doing mid trend, I took Storm Raider Surge when everybody took it, and
Mhm.
um, after it became phase rush, there were a couple things that just made it a little bit awkward to take. Um, but there's still been times where I've wanted to take it. As an example, Tiamat active used to not proc phase rush, and just a there's a whole bunch of things that have just made phase rush so much stronger. And
Yeah.
the biggest counter to Tryndamere is getting kited, and phase rush just completely negates that. Whereas
Yeah. So you
Tryndamere,
obviously take ignite instead of ghost
yeah, because
as
ignite
well.
also procs phase rush.
Oh, really? I actually didn't know that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
It must proc phase rush now. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, phase rush
ignite, W slow, spin, auto attack, Tiamat.
Mhm.
So you can actually proc phase rush without even getting into auto attack or spin range by using W, Tiamat, and ignite. So it's a really
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
yeah. It allows you
It sounds
to
much better for mid lane
yeah, for sure, for
than
sure.
top lane. Yeah.
It the biggest thing about it is that it gives alternative win conditions in the
Mhm.
sense of um, it doesn't force me into just split pushing all of the time because my ability to kill carries is really, really strong.
Oh, yeah.
Just because you can't kite me, and then I also run Legend Tenacity, and then I usually get a pot, Iron Pot, at some point in the game. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It sounds like it's just better for lane. Like you can kill a lot of casters in mid lane because you proc phase rush and they can't get away.
oh yeah, for sure,
Because
for sure.
like as top Tryndamere, you would have ghost later on in the game
Hmm.
instead of ignite, so you would have like a similar ability to kill
Yeah.
squishy carries. But like in lane, when you have phase rush and ignite, now you have like crazy kill pressure, especially if you can proc it before you even spin at them.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's so many things that can kind of happen with it. Probably the biggest example of why Phase Rush is so good is the Cassiopeia matchup, which just universally
Yeah,
is considered to
you
be
just
really
run
hard.
for Cassiopeia
Yeah,
with phase rush, yeah, if you get it. But I don't think Cassiopeia Tryndamere should be that bad.
yeah.
Probably
It's really not.
after like maybe Rod of Ages or something, maybe it's bad, but early game doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah. Is Cassiopeia supposed to build Rod of Ages? Because I don't see that.
I see tier Rod of Ages, tier Rod of Ages, then like Leandri's, Rylai's,
Ah, that's
or
interesting.
Hourglass Banshees. Yeah, tanky builds.
Yeah,
Counter.
it's not what is built on NA, but then again, I probably shouldn't trust what's built on NA.
Yeah, what would be built on NA? Or do they just rush Archangels?
Yeah, like Archangels. I see some people get Ludens, and then Leandri's,
Oh no,
or
that's not
like
correct. Wait a
Rylai's
second.
Rush. Yeah, I've seen tier into Rylai's a lot.
That might not be so bad. Tier into Rylai's.
Yeah. Um, hmm. So a big thing that I generally like to do, and I'm not sure if it's really good, but it works out a lot, is I push in wave A, wave B, and then go to the enemy wraiths and either ward or try to kill them while they're doing their wraiths, depending on what the jungle
Mhm.
pathing is. Um,
Yeah, that's a really conditional opener.
yeah,
Yeah, it
for
works
sure.
sometimes. Yeah.
Um,
Um, yeah, it's hard to like pin everything down when you're not in the game because there's so many variables to take into account. But generally, if you if if you can't trade with your opponent very well, and you crash second wave and then you go roam, since you can't do anything on that timing, like if you don't invade raptors or get a meaningful ward or mess with their jungler, a lot of times what will happen is the opponent off the second wave crashes. It would be like the fourth wave. They slow push 3, 4, 5,
mhm.
or just 3, 4, and they crash on you, and then they get a meaningful crash while you crash wave 2 and did nothing. So even though you came into lane and got push because you pushed on wave 2 and did nothing with it, they end up getting the advantage from the slow push that comes off of the turret. But there's obviously so much stuff to take into account that you just have to sort of play a game and see it happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is that it's like you only do it if you really kind of know that you'll probably get something out of it. Because the potential of losing something is too much.
Yeah, if you don't do something off crashing second wave, you almost always lose something. But if you crash third wave, if you crash fourth wave, even if there's nothing to do immediately on the map, you have a recall because you have enough for a Doran's item. You have enough for you'd have enough for like longsword boots, all of these
items. General recalls that I have are I generally start longsword refill pot.
Yeah, because you're rushing Tiamat.
Yeah. And then in hard matchups, I'll start 3 rejuve beads. Just because Tryndamere has a really high
base
health regen. Yeah. So, like, if this is a Yasuo, generally I beat the matchup after level 4, as long as I don't get too much health down. But pre-level 4, he wins.
Okay, don't think of matchups like as strict as that. They're not that strict. You can beat anyone. You have to. Sure. It's all very like fluid, you know. You can win level 1 against this guy if he does something dumb. So it's like you have to keep
for sure.
Yeah, and like your spacing has to make it so that he has to be like really honest with everything he does, or you will take advantage of him, like even level 1.
For sure.
I'm approaching this different because I did the same thing. I played Aurelia for like 4 years, and I made matchups very strict in my mind about how I was supposed to play them. But as I got better and really, it wasn't even that I played other champions. It was just how I got better. I realized that like that's not how laning works. It's not like you beat me at this level or like I beat you at this level. Like maybe if we just slam our champions into each other, like you'll win at like level 2.
Yeah, for sure.
That's not how I think about laning. Yeah.
That there's just so many aspects, and the sort of player is ultimately what's piloting the champion. So does it really matter what other things happen if they go up too far? Like, so say they'll win in the optimal range, but if they try to get greedy and go a little bit outside of it, then I should be punishing that, and I can win earlier.
Yeah, counter matchups you should only lose if like I don't want to say if you're equal skill. I think that's right though. Hold on, let me think.
Yeah, because I see some matchups that are hard to win in low elo, even if they're equal skill, but easy to win in high elo. As an example, Garen versus Trynd. In low elo, Tryndamere players have a really hard time with Garen, but in high elo, Garen players ban Tryndamere.
Yeah, you can't kill him. How could you ever kill Tryndamere as Garen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be just equal skill. It's more complex, but yeah, jeez. Yeah, so I've just started because I'm playing Nocturne mid right now on Korea, and I'm playing against like the absolute worst matchups you could imagine, like that I just can't lane. So I'm playing against like Syndra, Lucian, Callista, Jace. Like these matchups, it feels like in at least like the early levels that like you just can't play. You just don't get to touch the wave. They just half health you for free. But they'll mess up at level 6 and I'll kill them, or they'll even mess up earlier than that and I'll kill them. I'll just land a fear. Because they space poorly. It's really all it takes. So it's like, well, it's a losing matchup, but all it takes is for this player to miss space like on one minion and I kill them. So like if it's that thin, like how should I really be thinking about this?
Yeah,
because
for sure.
It's really not that strict because it just takes one moment. So you just think of it like they have advantage in most circumstances, but every minion is like a timed event that I have to arrive at. And if they're doing the wrong thing, the matchup like stops mattering because they're playing bad. So long, though.
Yeah, and then there's like 4 or 5 dodges before I ever actually get into a game.
Yeah.
That's the most annoying part. Yeah, I feel like, at least from what I've seen, is that I'm probably one of the better, if not the best, sort of Tryndamere player at playing really bad matchups, just because there are a lot of generally bad matchups for Tryndamere in mid lane, but I still try to just find ways of making them work.
You're probably the only one who's taking phase rush.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it sounds like that's a good way to deal with long range matchups that bully you all the time.
Yeah.
Because also the players that you're playing against don't know that you can proc phase rush.
Yep. Yeah. And
they think it's like spin auto. It's not spin auto.
Yeah. And one of the bigger benefits of phase rush, especially later in the game, is also not just do you have easier target access for carries. Okay.
Oh God, you can dodge one, so I'll just go get something to drink.
Yeah, right. Sounds good.
What a disaster.
This happens every time. It's so annoying right now.
Last pick into the first pick Tryndamere.
Yep. Right. Sounds good.
We tricked him, guys. We said we'd be right back to get a drink, but we're just sitting here. We're just sitting here chilling. We were just chilling. I didn't even get up. I didn't even get up. Can you imagine that?
Okay, I can look at chat now. Okay. Fan is going off when you talk. My bad. I'll move it. My bad. I'll move it.
Oh God. He didn't even mute. This guy's shameless. Does he know I'm streaming? He'd just be talking. Oh, he made it. Okay.
Okay, key dodge timer.
Does he know I'm streaming? He was talking to my chat now.
Yes, I know you're streaming. Yes, I know you're streaming.
Fuck. Damn it. What the hell is this? Okay, I need to actually get water though, because my voice will implode if I don't get water. So my voice will shrivel up and die.
Am I muted? Okay, now I'm muted. Am I muted?
By the way, I have a new mic, so it might sound like my mic is not straight out of the fucking gutter. It's because it's a real microphone. It's real. So I don't know. Maybe it sounds exactly the same. What all that means is that this mic is actually pretty good, the one that's on my headset. It sounds good? Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, it does. Oh, well, we have 3 minutes left on this dodge timer. Let me show you guys this national treasure. Some of you might know who this is. Yeah, let's do this one. Alright, perfect. This is Buff Corel. He sings.
Okay, let's go. Alright. I've never played this without music before. Let's hope we do pretty well. Okay. What are you guys saying? Kill the enemy nexus. Yes. Power farm and steal enemy jungle camps. And loss of terms, what do you do for League? Yeah, I've got some notes so far. Unit counters trend, that doesn't make any sense. Blood Moon Tryndamere, yes. What to do versus Darius top? I'll do it other. I recognize your voice from somewhere. Yes, St. Gonzo, I did have a talk with LS. You can see my talk with LS right here. What do you think of lethal tempo or conk on trend? If you're gonna go either of those, use lethal. Alright, it's so awkward with nothing, no sound. Go with some Clear to Loon. DPI, pretty high. Pretty high DPI. Don't feel very accomplished? Try trend more. If you have Phase Rush, it's pretty good. Pretty high, it's insanely high. It's not that high. Like, this is across the screen for me. Look at how much my hand is moving. Like this, 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 this. LS. Yes, he is an LS endorsed coach. I am getting coached by somebody who LS was in the room of. Hit rock bottom when it comes to games at the worst time. Nothing feels fun anymore in games. It's during quarantine when there's nothing else to do. Yeah, I know what you mean. Just take a break. Take a break from League, play other things.
to get QSS at some point.
Maybe.
You might go tenacity, iron potion, and be okay, but that's much later. I think you might have to get QSS. Oh, we have to go tenacity, merc treads. How bad is it? It sounds bad still.
Pretty bad. There's something that I can do with CC in general, which is if I spin right before the CC hits, the CC is happening during my spin, so I get CC'd for effectively less time.
Yeah. It's just against Zoe. She'll just hit you with it's like the bubble isn't, it's a stun, but it also just kills you.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's the question if she can land Q, so it's really bad against Zoe. So you would use QSS to dodge all of the damage after the bubble. Or I think when you get hit by bubble, you just cleanse and then it doesn't ever proc.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. Yep. Because it's only if you're sleeping the double damage hits.
So I don't know if you would just go against this comp. I think you can get away with going Tiamat, Merc Treads. I need to keep looking at this comp. Maybe you don't go QSS.
The Galio Pike bot lane.
Yeah, I see. Let me start.
For some reason, NA just loves playing Pike.
Pike AD? I've never seen Pike AD.
Well, like, there's Dave Mon, 1000 LP Pike mid main. Pike has like 20% ban rate on NA, with like no ban rate on other servers.
Huh. Yeah. That's weird. Yeah, I don't even see Pike very much anymore.
Yeah. I feel like it's just because NA just doesn't deal as well. NA solo laners don't deal as well with the kind of pressure of having a roaming Pike.
Generally, NA laners, even at really high MMR, just know less about laning.
Yeah, that's fair.
Than even EU, and especially Korea and China.
Hmm?
I'm still not sure. I keep thinking about it, and I think Tiamat and Mercs are fine, but if you were going to get QSS, definitely do it. Just play this game in terms of, like, I'll try to direct you if I think what I say will help you win the game, but pretty generally just do what you're comfortable with. Build what you're comfortable with. Just sort of play as you would.
Okay.
Yeah. But I will try to direct you in certain ways, but I don't want to, like, entirely overload you during the game. I'm trying to step away from, like, saying so much during the game.
That makes sense. And then also, is there the aspect of kind of knowing what actually needs to be coached from the specific person, in the sense of what their tendencies are?
I want you to talk, about what
Okay, for sure.
Right away. I like the right away.
So I want to try to get 3 of these minions low and then spin through them, get some fury, and then take a trade on her. I can do it on this minion. I generally want to be above half. Wow, I actually got hit by that, and I missed the spin. Okay.
Yeah, I think your spacing is really, really bad here.
Yeah.
You're
Trash.
just standing in totally the wrong spot,
Yep.
Standing in the wave there is just, like, almost all the time there is just bad. That's good.
Okay, I can live with that. That's interesting. I don't deserve that.
Yeah, she bubbled a minion, but that's a good punish. Yep. The wave's still coming into you, so this is really advantageous for you.
Yeah. I don't want to push it too hard.
Actually, you're not thinking about Zoe right now. You should be thinking about him.
Yeah, that's fair. So keep my spin up.
Just ward. When you don't have responsibility to farm minions, just ward.
Good point. Whoops.
So it looks like you're not so far in the lead, but it's fine. Because you're not really supposed to win this at all. So getting out of this lane, like, even a higher CS is really good.
Fuck me.
That's
sad. Alright, so my jungler is coming.
Yeah, so you should stand left side if you're going to the right side. You want to make Zoe go to the right side.
that was a flash too. It's a ghost.
Oh.
Alright.
Pike's on your right side. Go left side, left side, left side, left side, left side.
He might. He doesn't have Ignite.
I think it's totally fine.
Alright. You can't push those in time for this to hold it.
It'll push back. So, what was your gold? Was it 500?
Yeah, 575.
It was fine. Yeah, 575. That's fine. Yeah, just go to lane instantly. The only other thing is you just buying boots there is the only other thing because it changes.
Yeah.
Sometimes it changes the cannon. This is much more top lane. Buying boots for top lane is much more often the right play, but since mid lane's so close, a lot of times you don't miss the cannon here. Top lane's a lot farther away. Just shove. You can't go there.
Yep.
Just crash the wave because this wave is really, really bad for you. Just crash. I don't know where he's going. This is a really big deal to get this crash. Is she level 4? She must be level 4.
No. Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, I can solo dragon right now. Do I do that?
You can solo dragon. I agree. Yes.
Okay.
I just want to see it. I want to see it.
Alright, let's go.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
it's
you
an
can spin
ocean.
over. Is this cannon wave?
No.
Oh no.
They have it warded.
That's crazy. But I kind of see it. I think you could actually do it.
Yeah, no. It works. It works. There's so many plays that Tryndamere has.
Yeah. It's fine. I mean, to me, that's really similar to just walking to Raptors and seeing the jungler or something, like trying to do dragon there and their bot lane moves. It's totally fine.
Yeah. Alright, so after this wave, I have the 475 for Tiamat, and then the lane is just so much easier after that. Because I can farm from range. And because every time I walk up to hit a CS, it just puts me in a vulnerable position to get
You're
harassed.
really safe right now.
Oh yeah, right now I am.
Yeah. And she won't be able to kill you. Okay, so this was your level 6 wave at 530. Is your level 6 wave? They can't move at 530. So if she crashes a wave on you at this wave and then we get level 6, we can crash a wave on her.
She doesn't have flash up now. It's worth it. Ignite for ignite.
It's not just ignite. Now you crash the wave. Just crash the wave and recall. It's
Yep.
because you didn't necessarily want to kill it though. You just wanted to recall because you want your TM on.
Yeah, for sure. It's like one thing I've been trying to do is using my ult before I back. Just because there's no reason for me to not really use my ult before I back if I'm not expecting a fight to happen afterwards.
If you use your ult to make the opponent take a bad recall and crash the wave on them, yeah, it's winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're using your ult to crash a wave on them that they can't farm as well, that's also really winning. Like imagine if you put Zoe, if you used your R and you flashed at her, you crit her and she went down to 10% HP and then she had the flash and recall. You crash the wave on her that she can't farm and then the wave slow pushes back into you. This is a slow kill setup. It's also a gank setup.
Do I hold this or do I just push?
Well. I think you just push. I think you just push and bait.
Nunu's there. He might be trying to go for a dragon.
Because you push really fast, so if the opponent can't be in lane, you can just instantly push the wave into turret and then it slow pushes back into you. So right now you don't have to go back mid for over 30 seconds. You don't have to go back mid basically until Zoe crashes the wave on you.
I think we can take this fight. They're going for the Gallia. I can cut this off, make sure that nobody's here.
Fighting.
Okay. Yep, let's go back mid.
Whoa, wait. Where was Gallia? I think you could have killed Gallia.
Gallia just ulted. Oh, wow.
Oh, he ulted? Okay.
Yeah. Just ulted to safety.
Let's see, you missed 0 creeps for this. Oh, you can just do it. Okay.
probably could have just spun to avoid it altogether, but yeah.
I don't think she can do anything to you. I think just push this wave and then enemy raptors or your raptors. You can also do both.
Alright, that's Nunu dead. Nunu was just on dragon, so this is 100% up.
Get all 3 of his camps. Get all 3 of his camp timers.
Yep.
This thing. Okay, so their raptors farm midwave. Now farm midwave.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Either this farm midwave, then your raptors, then push, and then recall.
Okay.
I'm not even sure what you're buying.
Generally, I get double daggers into Essence Reaver or Stinger. Stinger Essence Reaver is a good start. Yeah, I brought Boots on first back.
Really good here.
Looks like he's trying to farm this, so I just push this wave.
So just consistent and recall then.
Yep. Okay.
Wait, they must be so far behind.
Yeah, Maokai beating Renekton.
Wait, it feels like she's so far behind, but never mind, she's even. Jesus, wait a second.
Yeah. This is one of the less impressive Zoes I've played against.
Yeah, I'm kind of confused. I thought she'd be way further behind. I need to see how she actually got these waves, because there was 2 timings where she basically lost.
Do I need another ward? I don't think so.
I don't buy a ward here. I don't think that's fair. No one's gonna kill you here. No one's gonna kill you for a long time, and you would only. Nah, you don't need the ward. It's mostly you're gonna give the enemy team 30 gold in EXP.
Yep. I push that wave and then.
Yeah, we'll talk about this wave because that wave's bad. You shouldn't play that wave like that. Like you see how this wave's in a really awkward spot. Like you have it probably felt uncomfortable to walk up and hit that wave.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, where's your stuff?
Yeah. I gotta be really safe right there. I'm gonna go around right here. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I even evade that? Renekton is coming down. Yeah, I don't think I get there in time. Alright, that's fair. They get a bot wave.
So now bot loses the wave. It's fine. It would have been different if he ulted you, but just getting in on the kill.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hold on a second. Look at midwave. Is midwave pushing into you? Yeah, it'll push into you because eventually it's gonna push it. Okay, walk mid, farm mid, and then you farm mid, do raptors. In most cases here you do raptors, and then you look top, see if you can run. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Here I am, I'm back.
Okay, I want to go for this red. Zoe's top lane. Maokai got out. So they're going to use that Herald, but Maokai should be able to get through that second turret.
Stare not while you're hitting this red. Stop staring at yourself. You can just look at them. Yeah, go bot.
Oh. I think I can fight this 1v2.
Yeah. No, they're really weak.
Oh, Nunu's here. I had to ult that.
No, it's fine. You pull TP. This is a huge one. And you're gonna walk out with Dragon. Yeah, it's like not even close.
Yep. I think I can stay in lane right here. This amount of health, red, buff, and regen.
Zoe's gonna bubble you. I think Zoe has a ward over the wall. I would just walk through and... Oh, she's dead. She's so dead.
Yeah, I'm just gonna phase rush out of there. I can't fight that.
Pretty sure you just leave them farm. Yeah, no, stop. Don't walk into it. They're gonna kill you. Yeah, it's fine. Just try to crash the wave. Try to crash the wave again. Like, sometimes there it's better to go for the incoming wave first, but it depends on the cannon.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Just spin out of that taunt.
You want Essence Reaver, right?
Yep.
So you want your BF. This should be your BF recall.
Generally don't go for a BF recall, just because CDR is more valuable. The Warhammer right here is generally better.
Just buy Warhammer? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, you're really far ahead, so if you just keep backing on purchases. Okay, so wait, why do you have this dagger then?
To build into a Stinger, because Essence Reaver... I'm gonna eventually build into a Triforce, and getting an early Stinger...
Okay, you go Essence Reaver Triforce. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So do you sometimes go Stinger before you finish Essence Reaver, or do you just buy the dagger?
It depends on how much gold I have. But generally the goal is Essence Reaver plus Stinger, and then build into IE, and then build Triforce. It works out item slot-wise, like I'm not really hurting for slots, and the early CDR plus the early attack speed is really valuable.
Yeah, no, I just mean, why is it not just a longsword that goes in the hammer?
Longsword... I'm sorry?
Why is the dagger not just a longsword that goes into hammer? Why do you get like the extra dagger? Look at your,
because it helps you do jungle camps, helps you do turrets. It's just really nice having the extra attack speed. Especially since they don't go like lethal tempo or anything.
Oh, okay. Is your base attack speed? Oh, maybe your base attack speed sucks. You don't have alacrity. Do you go adaptive?
No, I go 10 attack speed. But that's the only source of attack speed that I really have.
Yeah.
Need my spin up. Damn, I can't do anything. My bad.
That's fine. That's a really big one. But that was great. Holy shit. Okay.
I tried. I probably could have gotten more right there.
You should go into side lane now.
Yeah, for sure.
Bot lane after Ezreal clears this wave. Do you want him to take this turret? Oh, is he just leaving it?
Bot wave is early though. Yeah, he's just gonna concede it.
You actually don't want to take this turret right now. If you crash a wave on this turret, you just want to go behind it and keep farming waves and let the turret kill the waves. The blue waves that come in.
That's really
Especially
interesting.
if you can beat Renekton. Can you beat Renekton?
When I have ult, yes.
Yeah. Oh, especially in Ignite, I think you win.
Yeah, for sure. Just farm this on my way.
If there's a fight right now, just don't go to it. Just backping your team, and just run bot. Also, when's the dragon? Is it like 2 minutes?
Dragon in 1 minute.
Okay.
Alright, I'm just gonna sit in here, chill, and wait for my ult.
I think he saw you, but yeah, if he walks up, you can definitely kill him.
Alright, 1400 is also my big.
That's good.
Big spike. Yeah.
You need 1400?
Yeah, 1400.
Which dragon timer? Which dragon?
32.
Oh, just recall.
Yeah, I could just sell my pot.
Yeah, just sell refillable. Yeah. Now Renekton has no water in the bar, just go back to dragon. I don't know, you got these guys, you probably want the dragon, so just go back pot.
Alright, generally my next point is 800. Get the cloak will get me almost 100% attack speed. Or crit. Yeah, I should be able to fight him now.
Yeah, he looks pretty tough if you hit him now. If you get onto him.
Yeah, I just want to see if he pops anything first.
It's fine also if you just push this way, because... Is this cannon?
No.
No, it's not cannon. But you're way so far away. No. You can't get dragon. Oh, does he have TP? If he has TP? No, he doesn't. I think you guys get this, but...
Maybe we can stall for it.
Unless you can.
I can just like posture up. What am I doing?
Maybe he knows. Yeah.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so the only two people you can really kill in this fight would be like, you got onto Galio after he like R'd and W'd, which is like really specific. You can kill Zoe. You kind of have to kill Pyke, but it's gonna be really obnoxious to kill Pyke. But Nunu and Renekton both have Ninja Tab eyes. Nunu has every armor item in the game at 19 minutes, so these people you probably aren't gonna kill at Dragon.
Yeah, for sure.
But like you'll kill these guys eventually. Like when you get 3 items, like I don't think these armor items really matter that much.
Yep. They don't.
So when you see team fights like that, it's not a huge loss to give up Dragon when like your top and jungle all die top lane, because they just jumped off a bridge.
Yeah.
Like 40 seconds.
Makes sense. Don't take every fight. Especially just for it is mountain. Yeah.
You don't. You're not the one with like the responsibility to go in here. You're Tryndamere when you're ahead. Like the opponents have to find a way to kill you. You don't have to like find a way to magically get a quadra kill.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. Don't always need to be the hero. Renekton is probably backed right now on his gold. Do I take the turret?
You should just leave it. If the turret is going to die, you should get the local gold, but yeah, you just want every wave here to die. Also, when you go into fog, they'll ping because of you. You can also just go do golems here, but you can try to fight. Look at them. You always do this. You look at yourself when you're filming. That's real bad.
Yeah.
You just be staring at the fight the whole time.
Probably could have gone around the other way.
Just go that way.
I wanted to see if I could use my phase rush to get onto the other side of the fight, but
you were looking for Zoe to go left, but Zoe would never go left. Zoe's always going to go right.
Yeah. Biggest miss right now.
Now bot wave's going to slow push back into you, so you're just going to wait for the red wave to kill the oncoming blue wave, and then you're going to get it. So kill this wave so that you crash this wave on the tier 2, and then middle push back in. You should look at top wave. Oh my god, you auto him. How?
Because mechanics.
Yeah, a crash bot wave. Bot wave crash, take the turret, then crash the next bot wave into the tier 2, and then recall, and then you don't have to go bot for like a minute.
Okay, sounds good.
If Renekton shows mid, it's a +2.
Yep. So I'm sorry, do I take the wave?
Yeah, kill this wave. You want this cannon wave that's incoming right now, the blue wave, to crash onto the turret, so that the wave pushes back into you. So now you can farm everything, because Renekton might push this, and your timer might shorten up.
From these. They're going for Baron. What do I do?
Okay. Just farm. I just farm. You can't really make it there. Let's look at the Baron HP. It's at 9k right now. If you ran there, you would be there when it's at like 2k. So you
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Just farm everything, recall, and then be back at bot wave when the wave crashes on the tier 2, and you'll be like level 15 after you get Baron. I think Zoe's level 12 right now, by the way, or level 13.
Yep.
She's level 12. So we're 3 levels up in this game. Yeah.
Yep. I have my IE spike too.
If the bot wave's too close, just go farm it now.
I think it was
seconds away. Yeah, it is. Yep. And now recall, because you recall so fast, you can recall and then be back on the wave before you miss the cannon. We have an IE.
Just straight up buying it feels good.
Yeah. So when a lot of your game revolves around split pushing, crashes on turrets matter so much because it swings so much gold in EXP, and it frees you up to do other things. So what I see a lot of people do is they like half push waves into roaming, and this causes a lot of like indecision because they want to crash the wave onto the turret, but they also want to like join this team fight, and they're worried that their team is just going to like jump off a bridge when they don't go to the team fight in time. But then they like see themselves have really bad CS, and they're always behind of the laner that they're against. So generally, you just backping your team, try to get a crash into the turret, so you actually are freed of responsibility. This is really big. Just do nothing here. The 3 people just showed bot, not nice farming top.
I should get on the wave.
If you're Maokai here, you'd be backing your team nonstop because you would want nothing to happen.
Okay.
Like the worst thing that can happen in Maokai's eyes is that he has to TP because his teammates are jumping off the bridge.
Yep.
They just want to die. So, I mean, you're going to win this fight, but if you're the Maokai, you want nothing to happen because you're already in a winning state, but the fight, it feels like a gamble, and it is a gamble, because you would already gain so much just from allowing like the characters that are mispositioned on the enemy team so many powers for them.
I don't think I take this. He has a frozen heart.
Just trying to.
Yeah, that was a bad fight. Even though I'm 4 levels up, he's still way too tanky. Rest of my team gets him now.
Alright, do you get Last Whisper on Tryndamere?
Generally not. Rage Blade is better.
Rage Blade, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
because the spin reduction. Spin reduction, magic damage, yeah, it's just nice. So I get this. Do I go to the top side to farm? I can also do that.
You try to get everything. So you would eat a mid here, and you try to do the most dangerous stuff as early as possible. So yeah, wolves are the best because if you can get wolves, no, don't go for mid, don't go for mid, don't go for the inhibitor. No.
Okay.
Yeah. Just get the waves. Or look at
so
top wave now.
Go for like.
So when you're making this decision, you have to look top wave and see if there's a cannon. Go to the cannon. Cannon first. Try to get the cannon, and then you go back and do mount. Yeah. And just in time.
Hell yeah.
And now grab.
And then scuttle if it's up.
Yeah. Yeah, scuttle recall.
Alright. I could get Phage plus Iron Pot right now. I think that's generally just the back.
Wind's Dragon. No, don't buy potion. There's not going to be a whole lot going on. Just buy Phage. Just wait. Yeah. No, you bought it.
oh, my bad.
Yeah,
don't buy potion. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no objective that would like require potion.
Yeah, that's
you're
generally
relying on random events.
I should be doing that. Do I just split, right? I should just split?
Yeah. Just let your cannon die and then push this wave.
Okay. Definitely.
You gotta beat him now, right? You have to beat him now.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I could go for... So a thing that I'd do is kind of fake going for a roam, maybe?
Yeah, you should just go and fog. Every time you're not on a wave, you should try to be in fog. Now you go kill the next guy. Now you don't go for the roam. Now you kill him. You could even go behind him there. I think you're fine. I don't think they can kill you. Oh, no.
Oh. Flashed over the wrong side. He also just forks. Yeah, no. I got locked at a bad time.
Yeah, this game, QSS might have been really good against like all of their champs.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know exactly where to build it because my idea was you just go Tiamat boost 2 and then QSS, but I don't know how exactly weak that makes you and the way that this game might advance and like there's many good spots. Like it would have had to take the place of that the Warhammer buy. That Warhammer recall would have to be like the QSS recall, and you have to stay for an extra wave. That's the only time where I think you could have got QSS this game. But QSS is really good against all their champs. It's just a question of like how you actually get it, because it can be really awkward to play.
Yeah, for sure. Makes sense. I would generally just be pretty weak, depending on what stage of the game it is. If I'm ahead, then it's fine, but...
Yeah, you're really ahead this game, so you can. There's definitely a time where you can buy it, but I don't think you were super far ahead, like at the Warhammer buy, for example, and you do want to get it early game, or like the idea is that you want to get it early game, so you can... maybe it doesn't matter when you buy it. Depends on how the game's going, so...
Baron in 30, Mountain in minute and a half. Bots pushing here.
Nah, it's better because you're ahead.
Yeah, for sure. If I'm behind, I should be risking having to just outplay the CC.
Yeah, because you're ahead, the game should be easy. It shouldn't feel like you have to play these fights really well because they have so much CC and you're like constantly playing around the CC. You should just be able to buy funny QSS and ignore everything they do.
Yeah, for sure.
When you're like 100 CS up on Zoe.
It's like what LS was saying one time about even if Karthus is the only magic damage user, sometimes people will just straight up go Hex Drinker when they're ahead, just to completely negate
Yeah,
him.
if I'm ahead. Yeah, because I don't want to deal with Karthus.
Yeah. So
It should, if I'm so far ahead against Karthus, it should feel like he's weak, but you know, a lot of times he's the strongest character in the game, regardless of like his team being ahead or even him being behind.
Yeah. So get into this. Take these, put a ward right here, and then I'll see them going into the mountain. We do want this. And they can't just rush Baron.
Balor's pushing too. Balor's pushing in, so you just do nothing. Just do nothing. No, just leave it. Just leave it. Because they'll lose that whole bot wave. And then you'll collect a stacked wave on your tier 2.
Makes sense. Put a ward right here.
I don't think Pipe. This is very good. You really, you instantly killed Pipe, so this is a pretty good version of this fight. Okay, don't die. Don't die. Just Igniter or just leave, yeah. Don't die.
Yeah. So just get the inhibitor.
Yeah, backping your team and just get the mid inhib. Yeah. Spam back from them. Mid inhib's good here because you want to take Baron and you want to stack dragons now. You're 2 dragons, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're 2 dragons. So now mid inhib becomes much better.
I think I can just kill him.
Just get the turret here, don't forget him. Maybe we can kill him. Okay.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah, so a real long time ago, LS explained this to me. The third turret's like the skeleton, and the inhibitor's like the heart. And you don't always want to kill the heart. You just want to make sure like you can get it when you want it. So the third turret's there. That's the real objective, getting the third turret. Because you can sort of just walk in and take the inhib basically whenever at this point. But you can't always get that turret. If that turret's sitting there at half HP, that's a big obstacle for you.
Yeah, makes sense. There was a game that I was playing earlier against, talk about it later, this game.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't really be grouping with your team at all. At this point, you should just be...
I agree.
Killing Nunu here is a really big deal, you just get Baron.
Yep. Did I push that wave? No, there's no wave.
No, mid-wave doesn't matter.
I don't think I needed to take that.
That's fine. You have to wait for your team anyway. And Pike's bot, so you just get the Baron. They're giving it up. Yeah, just go bot.
One thing about Baron is that you kind of need to keep an eye on it most of the time because just to optimize spin damage while staying at the outside of your attack range, just because Tryndamere has one of the lowest attack ranges. So
Is he 125?
I think so.
Yeah, he's probably 125.
Yeah, he's in one of the lower ranges, so generally he takes prio on aggro first.
Yeah, and you do half damage. So now you want your team to fight. Now it's different. You want your team to fight because you could take like because your team won't necessarily all die. Your team is like...
Gallia's probably gonna ult?
Yeah, that's fine. Well, you can just do negative damage to him. That's insanity. Yeah, I think you reflect on me.
Yeah.
Okay, you can actually do nothing. Okay, maybe we can't fight Renekton. Maybe we gotta avoid Renekton too, huh?
Yeah, it's just the randoms.
No, just recover. Just recover. Okay, you have it at 1400, right? Don't you have the Raven's Hydra?
Yep. It's 1275.
Alright, we'll find a way in. I guess we have to avoid Renekton and Galio. Oh no! Oh no, we should have Bork. Oh shit. Yeah, I think that's how you're gonna kill Renekton if you're going to. Otherwise, it's like I guess Rageblade will kill him.
Yeah, Rageblade should generally do
Does
more.
Bork and Rageblade synergize?
Kind of.
Huh.
Let's do.
Here, you
Looks
just
like
try to
they're-
cheese Galio. He's by himself. Just try to kill him.
He does have 2 armor items, but he has 3 levels
Alright, it's
down.
only him. It's only him. Let's see if this character can kill something.
Fuck. Fuck.
Yeah, you should just get behind him in the lane. What the fuck is that?
Hex Splash.
Why?
Alright. I'm done with this bullshit attack speed slow stuff. Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like
they're
our
possibly
items
going.
must be wrong. We're doing 100 damage to this guy. We can't kill
Yeah,
anybody.
it's probably not the best in games where 3 of them are Giga Super Tanks.
Or like at least Triforce has to be moved because
Yeah, probably.
Pike is still so hard to kill. But you want CDR. I don't know. I want Bork here, and I guess I want Rageblade now.
Generally, it's really uncommon for these games to be existing with 3 super tanks who are all specifically counter building for me.
Yeah, you're probably doing fine building Trinity Force like in most of every game. But yeah, in these spots it's like. Have you ever thought of doing it with an AP jungler?
Yes, I used to duo with
Probably the way to go.
yeah. Fear the Sticks, who's challenger
Sticks?
like 3x. Fear the Sticks. He was 3x challenger last season on Fiddlesticks.
Yeah, Fear the Sticks. I don't know who he is, but what a great name. I don't want to fight here. I don't think you're gonna kill this guy. Honestly, just go push the wave. Just go push the wave. Just go push. Just go push bot.
Okay.
If you could get in there before them, you would just run to the left. Yeah, just go push bot. Just bye, guys. Okay, so you're trying to win the game, not the fight.
Yep.
Because you can't win the fight. So you see this? You see this fucking mosh pit here? Let's go take out the heads. Yeah, stop participating with this insanity. Even if your team loses this fight, you're
Yeah,
probably
we still-
going to triple and hit them. Pike just
we
cancels
still
recall.
win.
Yeah. Copy.
I probably could have gone for the win right there.
I go for the turrets now. I think you could have gone for the win. I think they're like really bad. I think they could have got away. Like Pike could have recalled so fast, but he just didn't. So it's hard to say. Like it's hard to make the decision before because Pike played it really bad. Generally, what you should do there is just stare at the fight even while you're pushing, and then still try to optimize like you're pushing. Because maybe you can.
All right, Ezreal gets
that's
that.
a really big threat. No, don't die. Nice. Now go top.
I'm gonna go on this side just in case. It's
I think
always
you just
like
recall into red buff, or if you can get full HP, you can just do red buff. But
yeah, I
think
get
just recall into red buff.
all of my health back on one
Wait,
wave.
can someone else die? Again, we're blind over here because it's really hard to watch the fight. We'll talk about a lot of camera control stuff. Yeah, just full HP this. Oh, that's insane.
Yeah, Hydra got buffed
if you
recently.
had ult here, I think the game's over.
15.
Can you get the turret? Even if you die, just try it. I think the turret here is.
Fuck it, dude.
I don't think you even die. You die. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Yeah, what are they gonna do?
Yeah. There's no options they have right now.
I think
Skip
Renekton's
her.
dead. Or Renekton gets a triple kill, who knows? Oh no, run guys. Just run away from them. No, don't all die to him. Oh, is he dead? Oh shit!
Oh no. And he has his
Guys,
fury.
please, God.
So yeah, he's just alive.
Okay.
What are
It's
your
only the
opinions?
Nexus left, guys. What's up?
What are your opinions on Renekton right now? Because I've heard some people say that Renekton is somewhat more of a late game champion now, especially with Bork and Death Dance.
He is better late game, yeah, but I don't think he gets countered by comps. So if like Renekton is playing against a comp like this, everything's really short range except Ezreal. Basically, the only champ that can ever kill him is Ezreal in this comp.
Yeah, makes sense.
If you're a long range mage, you feel much less pressure about Renekton being like unkillable.
Yeah. If you were Ezreal in this situation, would you go Gauntlet Leandries?
Ezreal has some crazy items. I would probably go Leandri's, yes, because there's a million armor items on my screen. But Ezreal went like, there's a Lord Dominic's and there's a Ludens.
Yeah. He should be able to do some damage.
Maybe there's some crazy math to back it up. Okay. You win this fight. This fight. Man.
Fuck. I just ruined everything. I gotta worry about Pike right now. I was also worried about that sapling.
I was scared of the sapling. That's your mouth.
Yeah.
Just full HP on full. Yeah. Okay. It's a fat dub. Holy shit.
Yeah. It's a lot of things I can still work on now.
Yeah. So in this game you couldn't win any team fight. So like every time a team fight started, you have to watch the team fight, spam back from your team.
Just lifesteal through the Pike ult.
Okay. We'll look mostly at some of the laning, but some of like the mid game spots are actually really important there because actually you probably get into spots like this a lot in the higher MR and in NA where like the game sort of drags on to like 25 minutes or 30 minutes and nothing super significant happens. This is really good. You should win most games that look like that.
Yes.
In this game, they built like, I don't know, 20, 25, maybe 35 armor items, but it still felt like you controlled the game because there just wasn't enough. There wasn't enough that they could do to stop you, even though look at their items.
Yeah. So I feel like Tryndamere is the kind of best champion at having that kind of creating games or creating wins in situations where you can't even fight anybody in either the split push or the team fight.
You always threaten the game. It doesn't matter what you're against. Like you couldn't kill Renekton, I guess, the entire game. I thought you could, but yeah, clearly you just couldn't touch him. He took like less than 20% of his HP and then healed it back while he was fighting you. But you can still entirely threaten the game. But we'll look at some of the laning first, and then we'll go into that. I'm going to share my screen.
Okay. Do you mind if I take a 1 minute pee break?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second.
Guys, I deleted like 40 gigs of coaching VODs the other day, and I still have my computer's still like full. Now I have like 40 gigs of free space on my hard drive. Let's watch a little bit of laning. That's so bad. That sucks.
All right, I'm back.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. We'll just watch a little bit of the laning phase. I'll like kind of skim through it.
Yep.
And I'll talk about some things that I saw and hopefully see some new stuff because I always see different stuff when you watch it back.
Mm-hmm.
This auto's fine. This auto sort of helps you. This shows you here. Where is it? It's this one, right? Because these minions chase her, and this auto actually gives you a lot of space because it doesn't really harass you.
Yeah, and it moves the minions towards the safer.
Is an issue. because you don't have any responsibility right now to click any of these minions. None of these minions are going to die. So what you should be doing, walking here is okay, but walking here is a mix-up to get her to throw her spell, and then you dodge it, because you don't actually have to farm any of these creeps right now. These are just like seconds. So think like this minion with only this minion attacking it doesn't even die. Like I think this minion kills this minion. Okay, so it doesn't even have like a timer on it right now. It's not like 4 seconds or something. It's like, well, I guess there technically would be a timer, but I mean, right now it'd be like on the next wave. So this minion is going to like live for a really long time right now. So you don't have to walk up and auto this. This is like putting yourself at like really unnecessary danger. And then if you get hit by this Q, you get like horribly punished for it. But you can walk to this point, but you have to walk up with completely different intentions to just mix up her abilities, because you don't actually need to farm these minions, and you don't even necessarily want to.
Yeah, to try to bait them out. It was me trying to tunnel vision on that play right there. Like getting the Fury and then going for a trade.
Auto.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that play should like, this should be like the thing that happens before that play, is you should try to dodge her Q with your movement.
Yeah, because there's no reason that I couldn't have just done it after I baited it out and did the dodge.
Yeah, it just makes the circumstances better. And this is a pretty guaranteed neutral positive, where even if it goes like if you're walking up with the intention that you're just going to bait out her spell, like the worst that could happen is she auto attacks you. And it doesn't really matter if you just like walk back and forth here. And even then you can space against that. Like you don't have to take any damage here. But if she throws out her Q, even if she just throws it behind her and then she like hits a creep or something, this is an advantage, because now you can get an advantageous trade. Because she has to CS minions before you. So she'll have to walk up and she'll have to auto the creep, and that's your time into onto her.
Yes.
Because these minions are lower and this minion's getting focused. And because obviously she throws up the Q.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that was just kind of bullshit.
This is hard because this shouldn't happen. Normally this should be like a pretty bad trade for you. I know you want to Q and like hit level 2 off this creep, but Zoe can just E you. She E's a minion, so it goes horribly. But this isn't like an advantageous trade. This isn't a very good spot for you. Normally you just let her crash this wave, because that's actually good for you. If she crashes the second wave here, that's actually good for you. But if you like do this random trade and she actually bubbles you, now she gets the good trade that she wants to make the crash on wave 2 worth it. But normally, if she doesn't get the trade and she crashes on wave 2, then you slow push 3, 4, 5, crash on 5, and recall, and then she can't do anything. Then she can't crash before then she can't crash the cannon wave.
Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, Zoe might be able to crash the cannon wave if she rolls like Smite or Redemption or something crazy, Proto Belt. Zoe can do anything, this crazy champ. But so this is like, I think it's just bad.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
I know you might be able to tell that this player sucks before this point, but this is like, if you get bubbled here, you lose so much.
I agree.
Yeah, I think you just lose the lane if you get bubbled here.
Yeah, for sure. Especially since I didn't take triple rejuve into it.
Yeah, so I think I'm talking here that in this moment you're feeling really good about how the lane is going, because even if Zoe recalls, she won't be able to recall like 2 waves from now. She has to recall on like this wave or the next wave. So you'll always be able to crash wave and match her. You'll miss like maybe 1 or 2 minions more than her, which is pretty good in this matchup because it's Zoe favored, especially in the early game. And you're gonna like try to outfarm her later and get levels on her when you can split push. So you don't really care if she crashes this wave on you. You're just trying to not die to a Nunu dive or a Nunu gank right now. So you just want to not walk up for anything if you don't have to. This looks like it sucks, but no, it sucks. This sucks. You don't have to do this. You can just wait. The only minion that you have to farm is this one. You only have to get this one. So you can get this one and dodge the bubble. And if you walk up to it earlier, you have even less responsibility, where you can walk up to it, dodge a spell, and then walk back up to it. It's sort of here now. It's sort of like a trap. Now if you're playing Zoe, you would see a spot like this and think, oh, this cannon's going to shoot like the last shot out and kill the minion. So Tryndamere has to be here. So I'm just going to throw the bubble.
Yeah, so I'm forced to go to it. Whereas if I get the CS at the beginning of the CS, then I can I have
Yeah,
an
at the-
option
at
to
the-
get it right away or later, right before it dies.
Yeah, like right now, if you're like walking up, you have more
Yeah,
time.
yeah, for sure.
And then also you can get her to kill the minion that was killing that creep, so that you can just walk away again. Because I mean that's what she ends up doing, but you can sort of make her do that.
It's sort of me tunnel visioning on trying to get the creeps to get the heal, because more fury means more heal.
Yeah. That's not that important. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
These laning ideas like supersede most champion specifics.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. And that's also generalized. So it's like sometimes the Tryndamere heal is the most important thing, and that's what you should do. But yeah, in this spot, it's way more important to like just allow the freeze to happen, so that especially when this gank happens, because Zoe just walks up and tries to fight you under turret, instead of like warding or taking a recall here. So if you were just like 80% HP here, you could even just tank the bubble and just run in. But here it's like you don't know what's going to happen after this bubble hits. Like maybe she flashes in and just kills you. Maybe instead of walking back here, she just walks forward, kills you, and then escapes this way. And then nobody gets the wave. It can play entirely differently from this point because you took the bad trade on the second wave.
Yeah, especially since he has barrier, she probably could have killed him right there.
What if she runs?
She did run and she died.
But you just said she walks. Honestly.
Motherfucker.
Jesus. Just making words up.
Uh-huh. Okay. How did this turn out? Oh yeah, I thought about this more. In mid lane, it's totally fine not to get boots here, I think, because you just need Tiamat. Tiamat changes it so much. In top lane, I get boots here all the time because I need to get back to the lane faster than my opponent so that I can crash it, because it's so much easier to make freezes in top lane, and it's so much easier to die when you try to break the freeze in top lane because the lane's so much longer. But in mid lane, it generally is pretty easy to stop freezes. It's pretty easy to like crash specific waves, especially after recalls if you're just a little bit faster and you're Tryndamere. So yeah, it's fine to just build your Tiamat here.
Yeah. That's probably why that's something contributing to why I kind of struggle with top a little bit more.
Boots are much better on top.
Yeah, for sure.
This trade's good. Oh, okay, this makes sense. If she doesn't miss this entire wave, she still stayed. I don't remember. There was a wave where you made a recall. Was it this one? So she recalled on? She misses the whole thing? Oh, she misses this whole wave. Yeah, you're so far
Building
ahead.
boots is better top.
I don't know how she's even, like 20 CS from now.
Yeah, I don't really understand it either.
Because I think you missed 0. Did you miss 0 creeps here? Yeah, you missed 0 creeps here. You got XP for everything.
Yeah.
You get 25% lifesteal. That's right? Okay. What? What is this? He can kill Callista. Easy. Slow and just kill. Level 6. You level 6? Yeah.
I think this is all normal. It's just fine.
Oh,
was it this way? Okay, it was this way. Okay, so this will happen a lot when your waves are in the center like this. And I think you did it a little bit more later in the game. I was trying to get you to do it is just don't touch this wave. And the way to think about this is every wave shows up at 30-second intervals. So like 30 seconds from now, there will be another wave right here where the wave currently is. So you can only do something in between the timings of these like 30-second intervals because somebody's going to be there to push the wave and then you have to be back at the turret. So right now, even if you kill this wave as fast as possible, you're not going to be able to do anything off of it. You kill this wave instantly. Let's say you wipe this wave away and immediately, not even a second. It's just gone. Okay, so this wave crashes and then Zoe's here. Maybe Zoe misses like one melee minion, but you don't really do anything. You still have to just play the next wave. So a better alternative is you do nothing on this wave. You just sit it here and you attempt to let your cannon die to the enemy cannon, and then when the next wave shows up and gives you another 30 seconds, you instantly kill the next wave, and now you have the full timer, you have the full window to go bot, to do anything else, to do golems, to do your raptors, to do enemy blue, to do top lane, to do herald.
Okay. So just try to maximize the amount of time that I have by not trying to hard push a wave like in the 15 seconds of the interval, and just try to get like right as the wave hits.
This is just like, you just see the results of pushing this wave really fast, and like nothing's favorable. The best thing that happens here is that this wave crashes and you get basically no advantage other than the wave crashes. You don't want the wave to come back into you. You want to push and do something else. So the much better idea would be to, while you're spending time in lane, to deny as much as possible, but to get the full value out of this instead of doing like these half roams over and over that never really give you a full window. Because the only way you're going to be able to like do herald and not get completely fucked in your lane is by killing the wave instantly or as fast as possible in mid, and then having that full time to be able to do herald, or to roam all the way bot and fight them and dive them with your ult, and then be back in time after your recall to like not miss like 2 waves, or not have Zoe take like 3 plates against you, like some like crazy advantage. You have to set up your wave. You have to set up the timing so that it actually matches like the task that you have to do, because a lot of these tasks have like really high time demands, like doing herald or going bot or even going top here. All these tasks really have high time demands. Like this would be different if maybe raptors were up, because you could fit raptors in between these two windows, and then the second one, even though the second one would be a little bit smaller, you would be able to like push this wave, do your raptors, come back, push this wave, and then go bot, even though it would be a little slower then. But since there's nothing to fit on this like really small like 5-second window where you crash this wave, just wait for the next one and then get that one faster, and just accrue whatever advantages you can right now while you're in lane.
Okay, I 100% agree with you. Just the one thing is there possibly an advantage to? No, never mind. It's just bad. But the idea was to push on that like say 15-second time, and then go into vision, wait for her to push this wave, and then take the wave after?
You mean kill this wave, leave?
Kill this wave, go into fog, just for the sake of going into fog. Just to sort of have some pressure. It's a bad idea.
Okay. Because I think she won't kill the wave. It makes sense. I think she'll just sit on the wave and then back in her team, because there's nothing really that like you're going to gank right now. If she looks at her bot lane, she thinks, well, nothing bad is going to happen. I'll just let Tryndamere lose CS mid. The only thing that I like might be afraid of is herald, but I don't even think Nunu's on right side right now. I don't think you can do herald. Never mind, Nunu's on right side, but before maybe he's not. He's on right side now. Is he bot? Maybe he's bot right now.
Yeah, I saw him bot side.
No, but doing herald would still be better, just to crash the next wave. It would still be better, to just wait for the next wave crash and then do herald. Because if you crash this wave and then Zoe doesn't kill the wave and then you do herald, you lose the wave where you normally don't have to.
Okay, makes sense. The new one for herald got first star top, but his red's also spawning just because of the timing, so just go for that.
Yeah, okay, you do this a lot. Yeah, so I don't know if you watch my stream, but I use F keys all the time to try to see. It's for planning. I'm trying to see what the next 10 seconds should look like. So what you're doing here when you look at red buff is like, it makes it harder to decide. It will make the game feel faster. It makes it harder to decide what the next 10 seconds should look like. So when you like go over this blast cone, for example, and like you see this ward and you like go hit this ward, like I'm going to be taking this red buff and I'll walk right past this ward. I just won't care, because I know they're here, and I know I'll be looking at this wave, and I'll know when this wave is going to crash, so I'll just prevent them from running. I don't care if this ward is here. But like you have to plan that beforehand, like how you're going to walk in. And if you're not looking at the wave and them, and then like you blast cone over, it might make sense just to hit the ward, and it might feel like totally normal to hit the ward. And it might also feel like the game is moving really fast. But this is a way to help slow down the game. Is by, while you're in moments of inactivity, you look at everything around you to decide what the future should look like.
Yeah, there should be no wasted time. There's always something you can do.
even when there's nothing you can do, it's just thinking, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
You're just trying to refine like the next 10 seconds. Yeah, maybe this game like felt strange because you can't participate in all of these fights because the characters are so beefy and they have so much AoE CC. And like even if you itemize different, you would be so much weaker. So to the point where you like still couldn't kill them. So with like when you kill Zoe here, you just have to farm.
Yeah,
you just go mid and you push mid and then you go into like the left hand jungle, or you like take a plate and then go left side jungle. It's sort of the only thing to do.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Another issue is like the only way to figure this stuff out is to like really confidently make the decisions in the moment, and then like keep track of like why you think certain things work the way they do. Because like it might not make sense immediately. It might not seem intuitive that at that fight you should just run away. Because like what if you stay around in that fight and you like kill Pike or something? You might feel like, well, that was the right decision, you know. So you have to like really confidently make both decisions and then see the results of both and see how both decisions change the game. Otherwise, like if you just trust me, you only have like an understanding of like one. Like I got to the conclusion by doing both of them a whole bunch, you know. But if you just trust me, you'll be missing that part, which will prevent you from like sometimes staying at the fight when you see that there might be something good to be done.
Yeah, makes sense. Is that just limit testing?
Yeah, sometimes you stay at the fight and sometimes you do it. And sometimes you just go farm the wave. Yeah. But
maybe if
there will be a point where you just see it and you know what to do.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what you're going after, yeah. Is you just see the fight and you've already decided and you just go to the wave.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of I feel like there's more than there could be of me just kind of going with the flow as opposed to having a plan in situations where I would have the ability to plan.
Yeah, I think a lot of players do that.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah. A lot of players go with the flow. Yeah, this is really good. This is funny. I love this. The fucking phase rush and you dodge Galio-y.
I
amazing.
Flash over it too. Yeah.
So I'm gonna skip a bunch because we need to go to the later game stuff. I said this fight was really bad in the live game, but I think I explained pretty fully why. And the bot wave here thing is really important too. That if you can crash wave on this bot wave, you just let the turret kill everything because you're trying to draw more EXP advantages for yourself. Again, because you don't really care. You don't need this tier 1 for anything. You don't care if the tier 1 is like there or not. You're gonna use the tier 1. You're gonna break the tier 1 later so that you can crash a wave on the tier 2 so that you don't have to go back bot for a while. So that you have less responsibility. So you actually don't want to break it now. And you should think of turrets sort of more like that, where if you don't take them, they'll kill minions for you. But when you do take them, they let waves go farther so that you have less responsibility to be in that lane at any given point. And then as you get farther and farther, it changes to actually threatening taking the tier 3 and taking an inhibitor. But for most of the game, it will just be like economy.
Yeah, because I can also just get that gold whenever I want generally, and I don't need to get it right away. Yeah,
it's economy for yourself and anti-economy for the opponents. You're trying to deny them gold, and you're trying to like make it as business for yourself. You're trying to put the opponents under like the most responsibility possible, so that they like always have to be bot, and then they have to stay bot for the entire time that you aren't bot. Because for them to have like the same circumstances as you, they would have to crash a wave onto like your tier 1 or tier 2. So it makes really bad spots for your opponent, especially when you can like take the tier 1 into crashing on tier 2. Now, honestly, all the Tryndamere videos I've seen, you kill this guy in 3 hits. So I don't know what's going on in this game where this Renekton is unkillable.
He does have a lot of gold and a lot of
they all have armor items. Items. This fight's probably the worst one of them all. Where you should just be like spam backpinging your team here.
From the start.
Yeah.
Because There's only really
There is
kind of
there is a point where you want your team to fight, but it's generally to stop their recalls and then just not
Mhm.
die. And
Yeah,
that happens
yeah.
later. Okay, we need to look at this. We gotta be done pretty soon, but we have like at least 5 more minutes.
got a hot date.
There was a team fight again. Your map control's really, really bad. This is probably like one of the worst things about this game.
Map
is that-
control.
yeah, how your screen. Sorry,
Okay, yeah,
how your screen sits is really bad.
yeah, for
Like
sure,
right
for
now,
sure.
yeah, like you're kind of looking, but you're not really looking. Like you don't really know what's going on right now. And you can also, it doesn't take so much to get your sheen procs off while not looking at yourself. It's not that hard. If you spacebar, you can E in place, and you can use Q without even looking. You can use Q like just looking at your peripherals with your Trinity Force. It's not that hard. If you're constantly watching, you can see the situation much more for what it actually is, and you can probably actually end the game here. But like I'm kind of blind, so I just want you to take the 3 inhibitors because it's way safer, and I know you will win the game eventually if you can get like 3 inhibitors and the 2 turrets, or even just one of the turrets. You will eventually win the game because of how Tryndamere is. But I think you can win the game here if you're just watching.
Yeah, for sure.
It'll be much easier to judge. Regardless of even if you can like win the game here or not, it'll be way easier to judge every situation if you can just see it for what it is by watching it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if what I did was the right play if I didn't know for certain, because there's the potential of there being a better
play. It didn't matter. It was the wrong play. If you didn't look, it was the wrong play. And that's sort of like the only way to practice this sort of decision making as well, is by constantly looking and trying to find patterns that make it easy to choose what to do. Make it seem obvious.
Just kind of have a flow chart, and then just also being able to get the information that you can input into the flow chart.
You have to gather that with your screen. Yeah. So the flow chart exists outside the game. You know, it's like series of like advantageous and disadvantageous events that are like judged off like how much you have to do and how much the opponent has to do. But then everything that goes into like making that decision is looking and seeing like what's what.
Yeah, if you don't have the information, you can't have use the flow chart. You're just kind of going along with it.
I think most of the stuff after this is it's just ended. Yeah. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me think. Yeah, since you're split pushing so much, your camera has to get way better. You have to be able to like actively look at your teammates. The laney stuff, when we talk again, we'll keep talking about, because we didn't actually get to see so much of some of these laning ideas because the Zoe was really bad and you're like 3 level there really early. But yeah, for Tryndamere especially, we can talk more about mid-game stuff because there's a lot of decisions to be made that change the game. I mean, in some ways for Tryndamere, early game isn't actually that important. You can just farm. You can just farm, but obviously, the way a lot of these lanes go, you can kill your opponent, of course. But yeah, later on, how you decide to do things and like how you measure what's best in mid and late game becomes really important, because you can win games against teams that have 20 armor items.
Yeah. There's always potential to just do things. No matter what you really have as a situation that you're given with, there's always a win con.
No, there's not. No, there's not.
No, there's always a win con.
There's no win con against the better jug.
Okay, true.
Yeah. Some games you will just lose.
Yeah,
Some games your teammates are DC and you'll just lose. It's fine. Most of the time, especially as Tryndamere, there's a way to win. Okay, Tryndamere is giving you a lot.
Okay. There's more opportunities for winning in certain map states.
Do you have any questions? That's about all I got.
I feel like you explained the biggest things very well. So fundamentally, what would you say the top 3 things that I need to really, or it doesn't have to be top 3, but just in general, biggest things that I should be actively working on in the meantime? Biggest one would be camera control.
Yeah, your camera control is a big problem. Yeah, it'll cause you a lot of issues in like mid and late game spots. After that, you have to like really confidently decide when to split push and when to team fight. Because also one of the things you said was that this Tryndamere, this like phase rush, iron potion, like ignite Tryndamere can team fight really well because you can kill carries so easily. So that makes it even more important to be able to properly decide when you should team fight and when you should split push.
Yeah, because since I have more options, there's also more room to make bad decisions.
Because like every team fight this game was wrong. Oh, nearly every team fight. I think like this team fight at Baron was good. That was correct. There's that wasn't even really team fights. There was like the play at mid where you killed 2 people. That was good. But like every other team fight was like a disaster. Where if Tryndamere just wasn't there, it would have felt so much easier. Like the opponents would feel like they'd have to leave the entire time. That's another really important thing is you have to empathize with your opponent about a lot of this stuff because it might feel like you're not doing a whole lot sitting bot lane pushing. But if you ever played against a Tryndamere who does this stuff to you, it feels like your house is on fire and you're inside of it.
That's a good way of putting it.
It feels really bad to play against Tryndamere.
It does.
Who's constantly split pushing. Even if you have all these armor items and even if you're constantly following him around, it feels like you have to 4-man him all the time. You know, it feels like that doesn't help it. So a lot of that's how you like arrive at the conclusions where you should like be team fighting or split pushing is by empathizing with how your opponent feels. So you have to kind of put yourself in their shoes. You like I didn't do it this game, but in some of these spots I would tell you to like play Zoe, and if you play Zoe for a little bit, you can see like some of the worst things that could happen to her. So for example, if Zoe was at like 1/3 mana, I would tell you to just stay in lane and just spam Q and then go up to full HP. And then if you played Zoe, you would see that there's no way to kill Tryndamere, and then you would have to recall and like your lane would be bad and everything, and you would slowly get out leveled. But like it might not feel like so obvious if you're just looking at Zoe as Tryndamere. So I always tell people to just sort of be the other character for a little bit, and it might seem obvious what to do then.
Yeah, that makes sense. But so really just one thing that I feel like I do too much is just try to maximize my own farm. Like getting that big dick like 12 CS per minute kind of score. Whereas I could be putting a lot more focus into denying the enemy and getting a better relative advantage. Because if I have 12 CS per minute, but they have
the gap
10.
The whole game is relative. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So if you have 10 CS but the opponent has 0, I mean that's way more advantageous than like 95 to what would it be?
95 to 85.
They have 0. 95 to 85. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, all the way up, it would be all the way better. Yeah. But I guess it wouldn't be 10. It would be more like 20 to 0 would be way better than like 120 to 100. I guess that's a better comparison because at 20 CS you would have a Doran's item, for example, and they would have nothing. But at like 120 CS 100, like there's much less noticeable differences.
Yeah, for sure. I get you. So that's
it
all
also champ scaling.
Yeah, for sure. That's pretty much
if you have
all I have
questions about some of this stuff, you can just message me on Discord whenever, because we're doing more coaching sessions later.
Yep.
Okay. Take like a week, 2 weeks, and just play.
Yep.
I'll send you the bot and everything so you can watch it over. I'll send it as an unlisted YouTube video.
Okay, sounds good. That works.
We'll have this all in like a neat video. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Thanks, Max.
Yeah, I'll talk
Have a good one.
Yeah. See ya.
Yeah, bye.